And so I'm Liam.
I'm Kip.
And this is our Inquiry Project TED Talk on how we can improve the efficiency of Muni.
Yeah. Alright, so every day Katie gets up and gets ready for work. At 6:45 a.m., she leaves her apartment in the Richmond district of San Francisco and gets on the 31 Balboa to go to her work downtown. She arrives downtown at her office building at 7:50. By the way, this is assuming that her apartment is right in front of the bus stop and her office building is right in front of the bus stop. So this commute takes over an hour long each way, and it's absorbing a lot of her precious time. So Katie's situation is a metaphor for a commute that tens of thousands of San Francisco residents take every single day. So I love to bike, and I also love to take the bus. My bus commute to school from Bernal Heights takes about 50 minutes each way. And yeah, I only take one bus, the 24 to Visadero. It takes a very direct route, especially the other ones. And yeah, so I tried biking instead to see if that would be faster. It took like 15 minutes less time to bike than it does to take the bus across town. So I thought that that was pretty ridiculous, that it takes a whole extra 15 minutes to take the bus versus biking.
Every day, 700,000 San Francisco residents rely on Muni for transportation. 700,000. That is 7/8 of the population of the city. A statistic that scares me is that every month, Muni is delaying its riders by an average of 172,195 hours. This is the equivalent to delaying them by 7,174 days. Now, how many years do you guys think that is?
9.
No, it's not 9.
12.
The answer is that it is equivalent to over 19 years. Muni is delaying its riders by an average of 19 years every single month. This is ridiculous. Now, you may be wondering why or how this number is so high, and the answer is relatively simple. To start off, Muni is the slowest major transportation system in the country. It travels at an average speed of 8 miles per hour and it slows to 5 miles per hour when downtown. Quite frankly, an average person can run that fast and often faster. So if you're in a rush and you don't have a bike, instead of taking the bus, you can run to your destination, and you will probably get there before the bus does.
So let's see, you're probably wondering, well, you've heard all of these terrible things about Muni, what can we do to fix this problem? So one of our ideas is the 1L California Limited. So the 1 California is a very heavily used bus route in San Francisco, and so we decided to think of a limited option for it. So there have been many limited buses that have been a success, such as the 38L, 28L, 14L, and the new pilot route, the 5L Fulton Limited, that just recently started running. So this new bus would travel from Cabrillo and La Playa to up different avenues to California, all the way down California to downtown, and then it will connect with the Transbay Terminal, with the Second Street Ballpark, AT&T Park, and the 4th and King Caltrain Station. And it will make limited stops, which means it will only stop at major intersections and transfer points instead of stopping at like every block along the way. And yeah, like some intersections that it might stop at would be like Park Presidio, Fillmore, Divisadero, and Van Ness, just to name a few.
So a somewhat different idea to improve transfer points would be to connect the 43 Masonic and 36 Teresita at Monterey and Forster. Currently, the 43 outbound turns at Genesee, which is 1 block before Monterey. This would provide a better connection from Mira Loma Park to City College, as well as the surrounding area, which is accompanied by the Sunnyside School, located on Forster between Hearst and Flood. So this is the before and this is the after. Let's see. So the right turn radius is a bit tight on Monterey and Forster, but we believe that it will be able to make it successfully, considering that other buses, such as the 54 on Mount Vernon and Houth, make even tighter turns. This is just one example of routes that Muni could connect in order to improve the efficiency. If they did this, it would make the riders much happier, and it would be a huge step in the right direction.
So one remarkable thing about Muni's lack of efficiency is that it is costing them a ton of money, like a lot, as you can see there. So it is costing them approximately $50 million per year, just purely based on their delays. So in 10 years, Muni has put over $500 million down the drain, like that. And so that's pretty ridiculous. So if we can help Muni not have as many delays, improve the system in general, they will be saving hundreds of millions of dollars.
So Muni is a nonprofit organization, and they have several ways of spending their revenue. So as you can see, the three sections that spend the most money are parking and traffic fees and fines, which totals up to $278,500,000. General fund baseline, which totals up to $220,900,000, and transit fares, which totals up to $201,200,000. So the other three sections do not pull in a lot of money, but Muni definitely needs to find new alternatives that will be able to do this to fund these type of projects. And the lack of money is exactly what has been stopping Muni in the past.
On May 15th and 16th, we met with Sean Kennedy at the SFMTA and discussed our ideas with him. So currently the one local bus makes 48 stops and takes 45 to 50 minutes to get from Geary and 33rd Avenue to Clay and Drum downtown. And we expect that the Limited would arrive downtown in about 25 minutes. And that is not only the main section of the route, but also to get all the way to 4th and King, which the current one local bus does not do. So it would be saving a ton of time, and we would be proposing that we would have about 50% of the buses that run on the route would be the one California, and then the one California local, like the regular one as it is right now. And then the other 50% would be created with this 1L route, which would do this the other 50% of the time. So we would decrease service by 50% on the local and then add this service to the Limited line. So when we went and talked to Sean Kennedy at the SFMTA about this idea, he really liked it, and we received support from them and discussed how we could get this to become reality. So after our meetings and stuff, we felt much more able to make a difference, and we felt much more informed too about Muni.
So after a month and a half of in-depth research, we have realized how difficult it is to make an impact in our society, but it is definitely possible. At the beginning of our research, we were thinking that there's only one side to the story. I mean, hey, how hard can it be to fix the system? Now, at the end of our research, we have realized how complex this situation really is. We know and believe that the lack of efficiency from Muni is a huge problem, but we also acknowledge how hard it is to fix it due to budget restraints and other such means. We appreciate the effort Muni's put forth, but more can be done. The city can put aside more money towards improving the routes and putting up advertisements and listing the benefits that will draw in people to ride the bus, which in the end will gather more money for Muni. Every year, Muni possesses $115,700,000 for operating grants. If they put aside a mere $10 million, we will have more than enough to add and revise some of the routes. A tiny 8% will do a huge difference. Now, aside from this, you can help advocate. Instead of driving to school or driving to work this week, take the bus, which will provide Muni and help them improve the system as a whole. Thank you for your time, and please support the cause.
All right,
Time for questions.
Yeah.
I have a question. So you said that you went